Hey everybody, welcome to the Campaign for Humanity Town Hall meeting. My name is Glenn Garnes and I am your candidate for community servant for all of humanity. And that's a big job, so I actually am going to be asking for your help. But we're gonna give a few seconds here. I'm actually dialing in a little bit or broadcasting a little bit early. And we are just getting started here. We were supposed to start right at 7 at 6:58 as we are launching the live stream to get everything booted up real early. And we got lots of good news to share with you. And we want to solicit some of your feedback on things that are transpiring in the campaign and some things that are going to be transpiring in the campaign. So as you enter the room, let me welcome you to the Campaign for Humanity Town Hall meeting. This is our first Town Hall meeting in the month of September. You may recall that our goal was to have 2 during the month of September and 2 during the month of October, and then obviously the election will be upon us. We had to reschedule one of our Town Hall meetings so that we could accommodate some additional work that needed to be done in preparation for tonight. But we're going to triple up in the month of October. So there will be 3 town hall meetings in October to make up for the one that we missed in September. Now, I'm looking down at my laptop here, so I don't want you to think I'm being rude, but I'm looking to see what is going on here with the broadcast. This little device here allows me to syndicate our broadcast to all of the fan pages and groups that we are members of. And, you know, I can't remember whether I added this to the Village Connector group. Let me check and see. And I won't know for a second here. Bear with me as we let people enter the room. Let me see if we're connected and in the Village Connector group. Village Connector community. Let me see, group. Marketing Alliance. The wonders of modern technology. I'm just looking to make sure that we have everybody connected here. And I am having a hard time finding where oh, here it is. Okay, so we're in groups. Yes. Okay, so we are broadcasting into the Village Connector community group, which is a good thing since that's where most of us are. And so greetings again as you enter the room. Thank you so much for joining us for the Campaign for Humanity Town Hall meeting, our first meeting for the month of September. Now, I want you to know that we've been working furiously to do several things in connection with the campaign. At the campaign kickoff, I announced that I was looking to make history by being the first candidate to satisfy all of my campaign promises, to commit to keep all my campaign promises before the election. And I know that that was a commitment that I made to you, and I'm happy to report that we are currently 30 days early on that commitment, which means that the Village Connector Education, Health and Wellness, and Community Economics Initiative, our entire platform, will be ready for launch on October 8th. That's 2 Saturdays from now. So in other words, we're 30 days ahead of schedule on what had already been a record of satisfying all of our campaign promises before the date of the election. So before I even asked for your vote, I've already accomplished what my administration has set out to do. Now, we're going to give you a sneak preview tonight of the Learning Center. And the way we're going to do that is that right now I'm talking with you and we're going to stay on the live broadcast. But after this broadcast is over, for those of you that are in the Village Connector community group, I'm going to be posting a link to the Learning Center. Please do not share that link. You can click on it and watch it or navigate to it from your browser. But please don't share the link because the only place it's going to be available is in the Facebook group, and it's going to be for the benefit of our current community members only because, as I said, it's not finished yet, but I want to give you a sneak preview so that you can see what we've been hard at work putting in front of you, or putting together for you. I'm going to talk and describe what you're going to see when you go into the Learning Center so that when you get there, you'll know what to expect. But in the meantime, while we're waiting for this, please do me a favor. As you are on Facebook, please share this broadcast right now with your followers. We're going to talk more about the importance of growing the audience of people who become part of this effort so that we truly create some momentum behind the campaign. And remember, this campaign is not about me running for office. This is about us working together as a community to ensure the future of humanity is a bright one. And that's going to require a lot of people working together. Now, the truth is, it's not hard to do that. The only thing that sometimes makes it hard is when we choose not to participate. We have, as a recurring theme in this election or in this campaign, we know that many hands make light work. We also know that if everyone does a little, no one has to do a lot. So one of the little bits that I'm asking you to do is to share this campaign or share this broadcast right now with your followers. And if people ask you what this is and what we're doing, please inform them. Take the time to give them a quality introduction to how they can participate in the future of humanity. So for those of you that are just joining us, if you've just been invited by someone that you know, greetings, welcome, thank you. You are joining the Campaign for Humanity Town Hall meeting for September 25th, 2016. My name is Glenn Garnes, and I am a candidate for community servant for all of humanity. And during the course of this broadcast, I'm going to tell you how you too can become a community servant and join the effort to find ways to improve quality of life for yourself and for others. So I want to thank those of you that have already joined us in the room here. If you're still sharing, thank you for that as well. Just to summarize, we are happy to announce tonight that we are a full 30 days ahead of schedule with respect to what we anticipated to be the launch date of our three initiatives. The three initiatives that form the basis of our platform are the Village Connector Education Initiative, Personal Development, Health and Wellness, and our Personal and Community Economics Initiative. Those three initiatives form the platform for our campaign here. And our party, for those of you that are wondering what is the Campaign for Humanity, our party is the Humanity Party. And we're here to serve our neighbors, our friends, and our family members by finding ways to help others to achieve more. And that is the foundation upon which this campaign is based. So with that in mind, we're creating resources right now to accomplish our objective. And I'm going to tell you about those resources in just a minute as we allow some other people to enter the room. So in the meantime, for those of you that have not yet visited our website, I want to encourage you after the broadcast to go to campaignforhumanity.com, www.campaignforhumanity.com, and browse around to find out more about this wonderful mission that we are on, that so many people are joining and supporting, and that you too can become part of and help humanity to evolve in ways that we just can't do when we're all out on our own and not coordinating our efforts to achieve more. That, in essence, is what the Campaign for Humanity is all about, and we're accomplishing that objective through the Village Connector community. For those of you that are watching this broadcast, if you have not yet joined the Village Connector community group online, I ask that you do that as quickly as possible after this broadcast. Just go to your search bar at the top of your browser and type in Village Connector Community, and you'll see our fan page and our group. Be sure to send a request to join the group. You'll be approved immediately, and that will give you access to all the information about what we're doing, including the sneak preview of the Village Connector Education Center that's going to be given to you tonight. So let me talk a little bit about the Village Connector Education Center. As we've already talked about, the Education Center, consistent with our platform, has three primary areas: personal development, health and wellness, and professional development, but we're calling that personal and community economics. So obviously personal economics is you personally, your personal financial situation, and community economics is about how your personal situation affects everyone else in your community and how to make it work for you and for other community members. So our goal, again, is to educate ourselves along with our neighbors on ways that we can all benefit each other by working together in a coordinated fashion and not allowing ourselves to be divided into little factions that don't play well together. We're watching that play out across the country and across the world every day. And that's what has to be reversed if humanity is truly going to evolve. So I'm encouraging you to become part of the solution. Now, everyone who says, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Well, here is your opportunity to become part of the solution in a way that doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't take much effort. It doesn't require anything except for you to possibly take the time to share this broadcast, to tell others about what we're doing, to plug into free resources that we're making available as part of this initiative, and to make it a point to be conscious and mindful of the things that you're doing to evolve yourself, to build your own skills, to become a better whoever you are, so that people around you benefit from you becoming better at who you are. It's really a pretty simple formula, and it's one that should be on your radar anyway. Everyone on the planet should be looking to be the best they can be at who they are and what they do. It's our mission to provide you with the resources to be able to do that, and then to work together with others that are committed to that same mission. So that, in essence, is what the Campaign for Humanity is all about, and the vehicle by which we're accomplishing that, the Village Connector community. So let me tell you what you can expect to see when you go in to take your sneak preview. Now, as you do that, I want you to keep in mind, it's not finished yet. I actually was going to wait until October 8 to reveal it, but I wanted to give you a chance to see it early because I'm very proud of what we've put together thus far. And I also want your input and feedback the same way that we've asked you to give input and feedback in the past. We want to know whether we're on track with what we've put together for you, whether there's other things you'd like to see topically or even just the way that the infrastructure is organized. So let me first talk about the way the infrastructure is organized. When you first go to the Village Connector Education Center, you're going to see 3 icons, one for personal development, one for health and wellness, and one for community economics. When you click on those, you're going to get revealed to you a grid of topics. So if you go into the personal development section, you'll see a grid of topics, everything from goal setting to communication to self-esteem to leadership. Everything you can possibly think of related to personal development will be on that grid. As you click into those topics, the topics will then have 3 icons. One will reveal articles, one will reveal video and audio resources on that topic, and one will reveal exercises and reflections or things that you can do to implement some of the teachings that are coming from that particular topic. So you may remember, if you are part of the Village Connector community group, that about a week ago, I did a post where I asked the question, how many of you would be willing to commit to read 1 article a day, watch 1 video a day, and read 1 reflection a day and do 1 exercise to implement what you're learning? And a fair number of you answered that you would make the commitment to do that. Well, now it's time for you to fulfill that commitment because we are providing you with the resources to do that. Now, keep in mind, all of these resources are free. And they're free because of the support that we have from local businesses in your local community who support this campaign and the Village Connector community itself by advertising their businesses through our system. And as a result of the revenue that we generate from that, we're able to make these resources, these personal development resources, available to you free of charge. And we certainly hope that you'll take advantage of them because that's what's going to prepare, as we've discussed earlier, that's what's going to prepare us together as a community to move forward in the process of evolving humanity. Now, with that in mind, there are some other resources that you'll want to take advantage of somewhere along the continuum. We have the free resources, of course, that are available to you just by virtue of your visiting the website. We're going to be hosting live streaming events like this one that are educational in nature, and we encourage you to be on the mailing list for Village Connector community so that you don't miss any of those events. That includes being in our Facebook group, and also if you go to villageconnector.com, you can get on the mailing list for the main community. I encourage you to do that as quickly as you can after this broadcast so that you don't miss anything. We have a full events calendar that's starting to fill up with all kinds of community events. If you're hosting community events, you should put those events on our events calendar. It's free to do that. These are all free resources because of the fact that local businesses in your area are supporting us by advertising their businesses with us. So I want to encourage you, use these resources. There's no reason to let them go to waste. Be sure that you go to villageconnector.com and use the event calendar. Get on the mailing list. And of course, take the sneak preview of the Learning Center. Now remember, the Learning Center link will not be in the Village Connector community group until a few minutes after this broadcast. I specifically chose to wait to tell you about it so that you wouldn't be trying to navigate to that while we're also on the broadcast, because that would make it that would require you to leave the page and miss the broadcast. So I promise that when we're finished here tonight, and we're not going to be here much longer actually, when we're finished here tonight, we're going to post that link in the Village Connector community group. So if you're not a member of the Village Connector community group, please be sure to go over there and get in there right away. And then secondary to that, be sure to get on the mailing list at villageconnector.com so that you'd make sure that you don't miss anything. There's a lot more coming. And even after we've launched the Learning Center, the Education Center officially, that's just the beginning. You're going to be amazed by some of the things that you're going to see us doing to make it possible for you to be the best person that you can be at who you are and what you do. And it's only going to get better and better as we learn how to work together, communicate with each other, use these technologies like Facebook Live to be able to communicate with each other. So on that note, I'd like to do a little bit of communication with you. I want to welcome those of you that have joined in: Paul Kirkpatrick, Johnny Morney, Robin Tennille, Rodney Miner, Christopher Neal, and anybody that I missed in the feed as we were going along here. I apologize if I missed anybody. But here's what I'd like for you to do. If you have questions or comments or feedback right now about what we're doing here, please ask those questions now in the comment section, and I will do my best to answer those while we're online here. And I'm following some of that here on this dashboard, but I'll do my best to follow it here. So I see Robin I've shared the broadcast. Thank you very much, Robin. We appreciate you. You are a true community servant. I saw that there were a lot of other people who have logged in that have shared on their own profile. Thank you for that as well. We appreciate all of you, and we need all of you. You see, it's amazing how simple your contribution to humanity can be by simply sharing the message that we've got. If you're proud of what we're doing and how we're doing it, it really doesn't take much effort for you to tell other people. And of course, we all know that there's strength in numbers, so our goal is to have the largest community of people interested in personal development and working together all in one place, communicating with each other through the Facebook group and through the other resources that we've assembled. For those of you that are new to Village Connector community, we operate 2 TV studios and a radio studio. I'm actually in Studio B, our second TV studio. Now, we're not set up with the TV cameras and everything. We're just broadcasting right off of our cell phone right here for Facebook Live. But here's the point. We have an incredible communications infrastructure available to us. 2 TV studios and a radio studio, all of which are used to enhance quality of life for you. And we're going to be putting them to great use, and you can put them to great use by making sure that you're taking advantage of the resources that we post on the website, that we share in the Facebook group and on the Facebook fan page. This is all going to be so simple for you to get your daily dose of inspiration and wisdom that you're going to wonder why you waited this long. Well, we know why you waited, because you were waiting for Village Connector community to make it simple and easy for you to plug into the information you need to be the best version of you that you can be. So I want to say hello to Donna Kirkpatrick. We got the husband and wife teaming up in here. I appreciate that. Chris Daly, welcome to the broadcast. Thank you for joining us. And again, this whole concept will work best when we work together. And that's my main mission here, is to be a connector. My goal is to connect you to the information, resources, and people that will help to enhance your quality of life. And the good news is that you get to be one of those people for somebody else, as long as you're part of the family here. So we want to encourage you to stay plugged in. because somebody out here needs to know you, needs to hear from you, needs your feedback, needs your expertise, needs your wisdom. There's always somebody out here who you could help, and always somebody that could help you. So please take this seriously. We have a lot that we can accomplish here as long as we work together. So Chris Daly, thank you for your comments. And Chris Daly is a very, very special member of the community. He's been with me as long as almost anyone I can think of, with the exception of maybe Al Granger, who I think was born with me on this project. But the point I'm trying to make is this, very simply this. Every member of the community, every member of the family, every member of the neighborhood is welcome no matter how long you've been part. We want everyone to feel that they have a stake in the outcome of what we're doing here with the Village Connector community. And the best way to do that is to tell people to get plugged in. Be sure that you explain to them why you joined the community and show them what's in it for them. When you get someone that joins Village Connector community in our group, you be the first person to welcome them and introduce them. I want to see you making the introduction so that that person feels a real part of this community. That's what neighbors do. And that's what we will do for each other. So again, I want you to keep an eye out when we finish the broadcast in about 5 minutes here. I want you to keep an eye out because we're going to post the sneak preview link for the Village Connector education system. And keep in mind, once again, it's not finished. There's going to be sections in there that are empty, or there's a coming soon sign, or you might find a broken link or something like that. I want you to report that to us. I want you to make sure that you let us know when something's not right so we can fix it. You are the eyes and ears of our community, and I promise that we will be responsive to your needs if you will let us know what those needs are. And Johnny, you're absolutely right. Johnny Moore, pointed out, everyone get one. If we all had that as our mindset, if that was our attitude, if that was our philosophy, this family would grow very quickly. Keep in mind, we have over 1,000 people in the Facebook group right now. Imagine if each one of those people just invited one other person that joined. We could double our ranks in seconds. And that's the kind of effect that we're looking for. If you made a commitment to invite just one person a day for the next 30 days, just one person a day, and make sure that they join the family, if everyone did that, we would have tens of thousands of people part of this community, all benefiting from the resources that we've created, all nurturing and growing and becoming the best version of themselves they can be, and all becoming more valuable to themselves and to each other. I mean, is that a bad thing? I certainly hope not, because the Campaign for Humanity was created to create the circumstances and conditions under which that can happen. It's our time right now, using these communications resources, to start taking control of our own destiny and not leaving our futures up to elected officials. The elected officials can only do so much. At some point, we have to be willing to do for ourselves. And there's much that we can do as long as we allow ourselves to have the vision to see where we can play a role. So I want to thank Johnny Parker for joining us on this broadcast. Johnny Parker is another very accomplished leadership and personal development coach. He is the coach's coach, and he is a very valuable member of this community. We thank you for joining us tonight, Johnny. So I want to make clear to you that our intentions with this campaign is to basically create awakening amongst our neighbors, our friends, our colleagues, our classmates, anybody out here who has a desire to achieve more. Our goal is to give you a vehicle by which to do it and an environment in which to collaborate with others that are making that same commitment. That is the heart of the Campaign for Humanity and the vehicle by which we're accomplishing that, which is the Village Connector community. Now I'm going to check on my time here because I promised that we were not going to go longer than absolutely necessary. We're at the 7:22 mark, and I had intended to keep this under 30 minutes. And just like we are 30 days ahead of schedule, I'm going to keep this ahead of schedule as well. So I'm going to give everyone that's here an opportunity one more time to ask any questions, make any comments that you might want to make before we wrap up for the evening. But your Sunday evening is precious. I realize that. And I appreciate that those of you that took the time to spend it with us tonight did so. It means a lot to me. It's the kind of thing that keeps me working and hustling to make sure that this works for you, for our community, and for humanity. So, Johnny, thank you for your comment. I appreciate that. But by the way, Johnny, this is what I was telling you I would like to invite you to become a part of. So when you get a chance, reach out to me. We'd love to have you get plugged in officially with the Campaign for Humanity itself. You're already a very valuable member of the Village, but we've got some other things that you can do as well. So I'll give one more second or two for people to ask questions. If there are no questions, then you can expect from me to go out and get that link into the Learning Center or into the Facebook fan group, the Facebook group for Village Connector. And as I said, please don't share the link outside the group. The preview is designed for the people who are already part of the community. If you want someone to see the link, invite them to join the group and then share the link with them within the group. Let's keep it in the family for the time being, because that's kind of the privilege that I like to extend to you for being an early adopter of this philosophy, for being the first in, being the pioneers in the new evolution of humanity. So let me see who else we've got comments here. Rob Brown asks, the social media community is filled with people who are quick to pour ice, cold buckets on their, yes, exactly. Do 22 push. How can we get true participation from the public to, I can't see the rest of that, Rob, because there's a see more link, but we already have some systems that are coming, Rob, that will help us to create a viral effect to your sharing the message out. So for the time being, the best way I can tell you to do this is to invite the people that you know. Everybody I know on Facebook has at least 15 or 20 friends, at least 15 or 20. Most of us have hundreds, some of us have thousands. So if all we did was to extend a quality invitation to our friends, Rob, the answer to your question is that's the most meaningful thing that we can do. And there's nothing wrong with ice bucket challenges. There's nothing wrong with the 22 push-up challenge. We can create a challenge ourselves, and we're actually working on that right now. But we're also building out a technology infrastructure that will make it easier for you to extend a quality invitation to people on a long-term basis so that we can grow this family as quickly and as strong as we can get it. But in the meantime, the best way to start is to not wait until all that's ready. You see, we don't want to be the kinds of people that have to wait until all the planets are perfectly aligned before we are ready to do the little bit that we can do. Start your invitation process now. Invite people to join the Village Connector community group and to get on the mailing list at villageconnector.com. Do that today and do it every day. You see, the fact that people didn't sign up right away doesn't mean they weren't interested. It might mean that they didn't see your post. So try posting it several times a day on your news feed. I guarantee you that people will start to ask you, what is that about? Why are you part of it? What's in it for me? How can I join? And then you become the community servant with very little effort on your part. So I want to encourage you, be part of the solution. Join us. This is the most painless effort that you'll ever engage in that has the potential to do so much. So with that being said, I want to thank you for joining us for our first town hall meeting. Our next town hall meeting will be on the calendar by the end of the day tomorrow. So in other words, the Village Connector community calendar, when you go over to villageconnector.com, we have this beautiful new Village Connector calendar that is open to the public. So if you've got events, I saw Nancy Stemple just joined us here. Nancy just added an event about an hour ago for her chocolate factory up in Gaithersburg, Maryland, the Spangvola Chocolatier. And that looks like a wonderful event. It always is. So here's my point. If you've got events, add them to our events calendar, because we share the link to the events calendar in the Village Connector community, and we share that link with our mailing list so that people can stay plugged in and they don't miss opportunities to participate in great events like the ones that you're hosting. So please don't wait, start sharing, because if you share, it shows you care. And if you care, that's all we need to evolve humanity. My name is Glenn Garnes, and I am a candidate for community servant for all of humanity. I want to thank you for joining us for the first Campaign for Humanity Town Hall meeting. I hope you'll come back for the next one for further updates. Thank you so much for sharing your Sunday evening with us.